What up? Welcome to the official DoD Podcast.
The Guardian Radio Network presents the official Dads of Destiny podcast. The only place where dads can be 100% correct, 100% of the time. Don't tell your mother.
What up? Welcome to episode 9 of the official DoD Podcast. I'm your host, TwoLoudtx. Here with me today, my co-host and Guardian Slayer himself, Nolxero. What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. It's been a day, but I'm ready to do this podcast, so let's do that.
Man, I thought you were working this week on an intro, little what'd you call it, slogan that you would say,
right?
Or a word?
Dude, the only one I have, the only logo I have, and you know it, is all day, every day till I get to gold.
That's true. There you go. That's what you should go with every day, man.
Maybe I'll put it on Twitter and I'll leave it to the community. Email me, tweet me if you like all day, every day till I get to gold. That's what it'll be.
That's got to be your slogan right there. And you know what mine is?
Get real with it.
Get real with it. And
that's how you know when you're playing with Troy. That's how you know things just got real.
Well, a man that wants to borrow my boots because he still hasn't got to 30. The co-founder of Dads of Destiny, POPEBEAR. What's up, buddy?
Oh man, if I get another gauntlet from the raid, I'm gonna freaking throw my PlayStation through the window. I've got 5 pairs of raid gauntlets right now, no boots. So if anybody's got some boots out there to trade with me, let me know.
It's okay, dude. They keep giving you the truth too, right? You want one more truth?
Yeah. I got three truth rocket launchers, like 2 Monte Carlos, 2 Mythicless. I mean, it's just ridiculous, man.
At least you know the truth.
Did you run the raid this week already, Pope?
Man, he did. We got to talk about that in a second.
Because I want to know what happened this week.
Okay, we'll tell you. In a second. But the other man
happened.
that you hear laughing there in the background, also gringing his teeth at that question that Nolxero just asked. The man that sends me simple texts that say, "I'm getting pissed," meaning he is already frustrated. Hambone, what's up, buddy?
Oh, what's going on, everybody? It was a very frustrating Tuesday for me, but I'm here in one piece.
Well, you'll have to tell us a little bit more about that frustration here in a second. But let me just say real quick before we jump into this, thanks to everybody that participated in Extra Life this past weekend. The Destiny community raised almost $11,000 the last I heard. So I believe they're only $100 away.
They hit it today.
Man,
they went over 11,000.
Wow! Congratulations,
that's
guys.
Awesome.
I mean, that's a clap right
Yeah,
there.
absolutely.
Way to go! Absolutely. If you guys got a chance to catch it last week, I got a chance to open the show, or I guess the 24-hour stream with the Guardian Radio Network cast over there, and I was so excited that I beat Bife on one Crucible round. I sent a picture to Hambone and Pope and Nolxero. I was like, man, you got to see this. I beat him, and I felt so proud of myself like a little kid. It was ridiculous. But then the following, I guess, morning it was the 24 hours later, or I guess it would be about 22 hours later. Pope and Hambone got to finish out the show with me and the Guardian Radio guys, and we had a blast, did we not? And
yeah.
That was
let me put it into perspective for you. I think the DoD podcast guys were basically strapped on their JanSport backpacks and put the GRN guys right in there because there wasn't a single match where the three of us weren't at the top of the leaderboard. So I just want to I want to say they're great, fun guys to play with, but we stuffed them right inside the backpack and carried them.
I'm proud of y'all. I really am. I'm proud of y'all. I'm glad y'all represented us well.
Absolutely. We had to.
And I get a text halfway through, like a game in, right? I get a text from Brian that says, "I just sat up." You know?
Yeah, he's sitting up in his chair. He's like, I got to be next to Pope and TwoLoud in this. I got to be next to this.
I got to step it up. I got to step it up right now. Let's get this going.
He put his try hard on. I saw Brian play better PvP than I have ever seen him play before.
Well, thank you, sir.
You showed me the brilliance that is the Hambone from Battlefield 4, man. I thought I lost that guy, and all of a sudden he showed up.
I just need a reason, man. Just give me a reason. Just give me a reason, and I will step it up anytime.
I guess our teasing him all the time, Pope, isn't enough reason, so he's got to get in the mix of it.
Ain't no money in it. I'm here for the TV. I'm here for the people. I'm trying to get my show going.
I'm telling you, you put this guy in you should have seen him before Destiny in Battlefield 4. He was at the top. You know, those lobbies have 40, 50, 60 people.
Dude, it's Battlefield. I mean, come on, man.
I know, but he was killing it.
With the Battlefield hate.
He was killing it, even though it's a trash game.
It's an adequate game.
Adequate might be a little gimmicky, but
let me just say it does have its good things about it. I'll leave it at that.
The end of the board. The end of the map is the best part of the game. So it's
well, definitely. I mean, they have good campaigns. They definitely have a good campaign typically. So
yeah.
Well, also thanks to everybody who wore pink in this month of October. We really appreciate the support. Pope kicking that off and getting that rolling with everybody and all the participants. Thanks so much for participating in Breast Cancer Awareness Month with us on Destiny and wearing your pink. You can take it off now, so enjoy.
Nah, keep wearing it.
Wear another color or keep wearing it. Yeah, either way. So, well, guys, gather your beverages of choice and let's get started with episode 9.
Bottles up, Guardians.
Please drink responsibly. Silly kids, drinking is for adults only. Don't drink and ride your Sparrow. Drinking has been known to increase your aim. Individual crucible results may vary. If you have a buzz lasting longer than 4 hours, contact the speaker immediately. No lawyers were harmed in the making of this disclaimer.
All right, Pope, so here we are, as I said, episode 9, almost to 10. So you better have something brilliant coming out at episode 10 that you're drinking. I mean, you better like bring in a keg from Germany or import something from Russia.
My original thought, because I think about this all week, right? And what am I going to have to drink on the podcast? And I was really going to bring a 6-pack of Bud, just be halfway through it by the time the podcast start, and just hold it up like the handle of it, and just be halfway to the wind of just drinking Budweiser and do that. But of course I couldn't do that.
You know, you should do.
Wait. Let everybody notice he said half a 6-pack, okay?
Right.
You know what you should do if you really want to go gangster, as Hambone would say, is do a Natty Light.
Yeah, Natty Light. Man.
In San Francisco, Natty Light's making a comeback. It's all about the hipsters. It's the hipsters. They put a slice of orange in there, and I know, man. And they
dress
not
Natty
Blue
Light.
Moon,
They
man.
dress Natty Light.
They dress up Natty Light with an orange, and they sell it for like $9 in the bars down here in San Francisco.
Well, as we say here in Texas, that's like putting lipstick on a pig.
Yeah, that's what it is. So actually, let me get to what I'm drinking tonight. I'm drinking a Chimay, and I don't know if you guys are familiar with Belgian beers, but this is actually one of my favorites. It's the first time for me trying their blue label, but it's made by the Trappist monks in Belgium, and they have a huge long history of making beers, and this is a high-quality beer that is made right inside the monastery, and I'm really proud of that. The proceeds of it go towards their charitable work. So, but it's a phenomenal beer.
Now, is that a Coors?
Yeah,
they
can. They can
drink
it.
Offshoot. I'm just.
It's not a Coors or Budweiser offshoot.
Wait. So is it Miller?
This thing's got history.
Okay. I'm sorry.
Hey, what's it called again?
It's been
What's it called
around.
again?
This brewery has been around longer than before the United States was even a country, man. So relax.
What's it called again, Pope?
It's a Chimay. Chimay is what it's called.
Yes, she may. She may do that.
It just sounds
Yeah,
too
absolutely.
fancy to be good. That's all. It just sounds like it has to be awful because I can't pronounce the name. That's all.
Right.
Man, Brian, if you had this, you would it's like the best malt liquor you've ever tried.
He can't have
give
that
me my
because
phone,
he can't mix
homie.
it. He can't
Yeah.
mix it with a soda, okay,
Like,
or a juice.
Unfortunately, the largest one they come out with is a pint bottle, so it's not a 40 ouncer like you normally get, but
Well,
it is.
hey, I need at least the tall boy. I need at least.
Brian, he wants a Mad Dog 2020.
Boom.
well, Nolxero, what are you drinking over there?
Like I said at the beginning of the podcast, man, it's been a day. So I actually went and got me a 6-pack of Ziegenbach. It's a Texas beer. So,
Are you really drinking Ziegenbach?
oh, dude, yeah, I needed a beer after today. So I went and got me a 6-pack of Ziegenbach, man. I love it.
Okay, let's work on beer that we can all pronounce. A Ziegenbach? Is that what you
Dude.
said?
Yeah,
Alright,
it's
so-
Ziegenbach.
Do you guys know what's the other beer that they make that's really well known, David? It's oh my gosh, the other dark beer here in Texas.
You're talking about Shinerbach?
Shinerbach. So they make it's by the same makers of Shinerbach. Y'all have that in California?
No.
I'm not sure. I don't believe so. No.
Oh man, Ziegenbach is such a good beer. So if you can get your hands on it somewhere around, maybe we'll have to.
Ziegenbach
it's
is a Texas-only beer.
okay. So I will actually probably have to send some to you, or when I come see you guys later this year, I'll bring some to you. How about that? Because
Yeah.
it's actually a really good beer, and I think it's a high enough quality that you will enjoy. It's not my summer shady quality. Okay.
Right. It's brewed in
Summer shady.
Houston, Texas. And so it's a Texas-only beer. It's really smooth, tastes great, and it's another alcohol that I don't have a reaction to. So
Which one are you
I
drinking?
enjoy it.
The amber, the dark, the golden, wheat, malt.
The amber,
The amber. Okay.
Ooh.
yes, sir.
Amber is the color of her energy. You know?
Oh
Remember
my
that song?
god.
Jesus. All right.
Well, if you guys
Oh,
can't
man.
tell, Hambone's been drinking a little bit
He's been
tonight.
drinking.
We had too
just
long
the
of a
tiniest bit.
pre-show,
Yeah.
and he's been enjoying it. So, what do you have for us tonight?
Tonight we're gonna switch it up. Unfortunately, the economy-sized Jack Daniels, or as we call him out here, John Daniels, is gone. So I'm actually
What?
on to man. I didn't think it would ever go,
You
but
had too much ginger.
yeah,
ginger ale,
we had a
man.
small funeral in the backyard for it. But now we're on to the new $3 variation of the gas station favorites, and tonight is a still reserve malt liquor, as Zero had pointed out.
And tonight, what I am drinking is actually just the good old regular Miller Lite here in Texas. So
There
I'm
you
not,
go.
I'm not,
Thank you,
I'm not
Troy.
taking it too far. I'm kind of staying on the grounds with Hambone over there. I'm
That's right.
keeping it real to just a regular Miller Lite. So keeping the calories, watching the calories, as they would say. So. Well, guys, let's jump over to this week's news and updates, which we have actually a little bit to cover. Some things came out, and I definitely want to, I guess, go over them. Obviously, I think the biggest thing, and this is update 1.0.2.3, which is in what I would call the dreaded raid fixes.
Oh my goodness!
Which we'll get into now because I really
Don't
want to
even
know.
mention it.
Real quick, we'll go over the two other points, and then I have to let Pope and Hambone get going here on the raid fixes. But they fixed some general errors, is what they say here. They fixed an issue in which multiple errors reported with the zebra code, which a lot of people were getting the zebra code.
We no longer saw zebras running through our PlayStations, and they were replaced with monkeys.
Yeah,
Place
because
with
it,
monkeys.
because it says
Monkeys
here,
and weasels.
yeah, now it says errors previously reporting a zebra will now display as their own separate code. So I don't know, did they fix all the problems or they just gave us different codes?
Yeah, I think they just
it's a-
renamed the codes.
we
We're
got
just trying to take us to a zoo right now. Okay,
we got
They're
we
like,
got weasel and monkey, and oh my.
Oh, I really
Yeah.
don't want to see weasels or monkeys. Like, keep that in your pants.
well, what about this cockatoo? I have never even heard of that one.
You've
Did
never
you
heard
guys
of
heard of that?
I think it's a cockatiel, but that's okay.
No.
But this is a real error, so everybody
it's a
knows this
real
is
error.
a real error.
Yeah.
The cockatoo is a real error. It was a result in a kick to orbit reported.
Oh, that's right.
The
Oh,
cockatoo.
yeah,
so,
that's right. I remember that one.
The
yeah,
cockatoo.
Cockatoo,
Yeah.
you're right.
yeah. I guess that was a real one. I didn't ever get the cockatoo.
I've never
so-
seen that one.
I thought you were making just a bad pun.
Yeah, no, he
Nope,
wasn't.
nope.
He was actually.
That
yeah, I
should
mean,
tell you Bungie is a bad pun right now because
And-
that is their own words.
Yeah, well, and at least we know Pope didn't get cockatooed this past week. So.
Right? Nobody here
Or
got
did
cockatoo.
he? I mean, he didn't sound too happy about the raid results.
So,
yeah,
it's
he might have
possible.
felt he might have wished for a cockatooed error whenever he got into the raid this week.
No, it was
but-
more of a cockathree, but that's okay.
yeah. Well, they also fixed some server issues, I guess. It says they fixed an issue where some players would occasionally be erroneously kicked at the beginning of an activity due to a server error. Whatever erroneously kicked means, I don't know.
You know what's funny about this is right after this
Wrongly-
fix
wrongly
came
kicked.
out, right after this fix came out, I was playing with Dope Chops, and I don't remember his friend he had with him. We were doing the Nightfall, the weekly Nightfall, and those guys got kicked so many times. Dude, we had to stop. We couldn't finish it because it was literally, I was like waiting for them to get back in. They're like, wait, we're coming in. And I'd wait, and then they'd get in, and as soon as they jump down and we were on the Nexus, as soon as they jump down to help with the boss, they get kicked again. I'm like, didn't they fix these errors? Isn't that what they said?
Well,
Yeah,
hopefully
I
hopefully
heard
they
about
did
that.
this time. So
Yeah, actually, Elle was saying that they were getting kicked every 15 minutes or so.
golly.
Yeah, without anything that they were doing, it was just happening. So
Yeah,
I didn't
thanks,
know we were.
Bungie.
I didn't know we were playing on the Xbox again.
Now, you know,
Apparently.
This is post-patch.
To be honest, yeah. Well, at the same time, though, let's be honest with this, though. At the same time that Bungie put out its patch, like the same day, Sony put out their big patch. So
they did.
there was an obvious issue between the two of those, and how they interacted, and there's a lot going on there. I mean, I don't pretend to know all the things that make an always online game work, but in reality, they turned around and fixed it within a few hours, and I was able to, I went and did some errands, came back, and I was able to get on without problem. So
yeah,
they did recognize that there was some response errors when they made the update, and then they corrected those.
Well, I
Yeah.
won't get into those PlayStation updates real quick, but those that do have a PlayStation and play on PS4, man, I actually like all the stuff they added. I mean, it seems pretty
man.
cool.
It seems
Yeah,
like they
it's a
gave
nice
us a
update.
lot more functionality, and it's the UI is very smooth and seems a lot more responsive than first.
absolutely.
I wanna
absolutely.
say-
The share play feature is pretty awesome.
Yeah, the share
definitely.
play is pretty cool.
I'm
And
really
did you guys see they
excited.
brought themes back?
Yeah,
Yeah.
we got themes. Yep.
Yeah,
I'm really
just
excited
like
about the
4.
fact that they decluttered my status bar. So I don't have 50 games and apps and everything at the top of or right when I log in. It's like, thank you for giving me a folder with
Yeah,
separation.
Well, just like we say, Bungie's listening to the community and updating. It seems that PlayStation is too, and more props to them because I'm really glad that they are paying attention and doing these type of updates. And man, I just think it was great. But anyways, enough about that. Back to Destiny. The other server fix here was increase protection against account corruption. So, see, this is what happened last week. You guys keep saying I deleted my game, but I just had account corruption. I mean, that's all that happened.
I'm not
No,
quite sure
no.
that's how you explain that, but okay.
Yeah, I mean, it was a minor
Account
corruption
corruption.
where I accidentally hit delete. I mean, it was,
I think it's more on-
Maybe your subconscious recognized the corruption,
yeah,
and you just-
that's what it was.
preemptively deleted and reinstalled to
There you
avoid that.
Yeah, it was what my son would call a minor brain fart. So
Sixth
and
sense,
then-
bro.
yeah. Well, in the raid, which is just, I know this made Pope and Hambone just so happy. They can't wait to play it again. I mean, they are so excited to play the raid again. But let's tell everybody what they changed real quick so you guys can tell us how much you enjoyed it. They fixed an issue where Atheon was not choosing random targets for teleport through the time stream during the final encounter on the Vault of Glass.
Oh yes, I definitely want to hear how
Oh,
this
this
went.
is awesome. In the last one, the other that fix they made to the raid, I mean, it's fine. I don't think anybody can disagree with this, but they did fix the exploit where you could push Atheon off. I wish we could still do it so we could farm those items, but I understand. I mean, that's understandable. But tell me, Pope and Hambone, how much you guys love the random target selection so that there's really no planning going into that fight.
Oh, man. I would have to say the random teleportation is the finest piece of work Bungie has done to date. I
would agree with you, Brian. I would take it one step further. I would say it's pure genius. Level design on a whole nother stratosphere. I mean, when you look at how players get ready for games and build up their classes and get prepared, they prepare for the unexplainable, right? That's how they prepare. You know,
and that's what by pure genius, you mean how to figure out to make people not play the raid, right?
Oh, right. Yeah. Of course, if you haven't figured out, we're speaking sarcastically, and it is in fact very annoying and hard to plan a good raid strategy with the random teleportation.
So it makes it almost impossible for. It says a level 26 raid, and that is when it was set up before. I thought a level 26 was a stretch, right? It was a stretch to bring a level 26 guy into the raid and complete it.
Right. I agree.
So now it's near that. Now I don't think a level 26 is even possible.
Well, let me ask you this. Do you think they created this raid, and they've always talked about their initial decisions and their want or their need or their design, right, for the raid. Do you think their initial design was, we don't want a 26 to get through. We want them to play up to that point and then have to struggle. And if they get it done, they do. If not, every week they got to come back and play up to Atheon until they can beat him.
If that is true, if that were like their real decision was like, oh yeah, let's just do it like that, that is terrible design.
Absolutely, and then you just need to label it like that. Yeah.
Well, yeah, if you label something 26, to me, this is just my opinion on anything that's in the game that has a level association to it. That basically tells me like it is absolutely feasible that a level 26 can do this, right? I mean, that's what I would assume. It's feasible that this guy can go in as a 26 and beat it. That doesn't mean to me like, oh, well, this 26 can do it if he has like 530s with them,
right?
29s with them. It should be a group of 26s can do this, and it's only going to get easier for the higher levels,
right? So, and that was not the case.
Like I tweeted out that I felt that I felt bad for Deej as the community manager because he put out a post on the forums and it was titled "Thoughts and Opinions About Atheon's Revenge," right? And he says, so the update just went live, and this is just as it went live. Atheon can no longer be pushed off his platform. He'll also select people at random to be thrown across time. He's a real bastard, huh? And then he says that I talked to the developers and about your opinions on the matter. He wants us to know that he shared our opinions, our overwhelming opinions, that this was a bad design. Not that it's making the game hard in a way that it doesn't make sense, not necessarily making it harder. They could have made it harder in many different ways. And so he goes on to say, you don't want to be selected at random. You want your choice. You want to choose who gets to fetch the relic under fire from those nasty oracles. I spoke on your behalf. Your voice was heard. We discussed your concerns. He said, I even said, why not change hard mode and leave easy mode alone? I was told the raid is never supposed to be easy. And this is where I got a little annoyed by this. It's called normal. It's not called easy.
Right.
It's called normal and hard. Okay?
Normal is a learning experience. Hard is the hardest difficulty. It is the top tier players or the top, leveled up players can go to that point. And I'd have to say though, Pope, he said that he might have been listening to our show. Maybe what was that, a week or two ago when you said, "Hey, leave normal alone."
Right, because that was one of our suggestions.
Well, the idiocracy of the whole, it's never supposed to be easy. So normal shouldn't be easy for 630s to go in, right? I mean, come on.
Right.
It's going to be easy for 630s to go in.
That doesn't make any sense. Because in our specific instance, we like to run the raid multiple times in a week, and we have a group of guys who we would consider our normal raid team, who are all 29s and 30s. And then we have other times where we run the raid with guys who are 26s and 27s. And what Bungie did was take that out. Like, I can't take a 26 into the raid who's never raided before and try to explain to him in the 10 seconds it takes for Atheon to open the time stream what they need to do with the relic, or if not the relic, how to shoot the oracles, or one of you needs to shoot oracles and the other one needs to kill ads. It's just too much. It's
Real
So
quick.
could they fix this though by doing what I said last week, by having a way to not initiate those fights, so that after every checkpoint you had a moment to talk?
Well,
Right,
here's an idea that came up, and it came out of left field. Really, it was a conversation I was having with G Master, and it's surprisingly not that he. It's just he doesn't play. He's never complete. He completed the raid once, and his suggestion was really simple, and I thought appropriate. They can make the selection random, but like a couple seconds, 3 seconds even, before you teleport, on your bottom left-hand corner, it should say slipstream activated, right? Like you've been marked by Antheon, right? There should be some indicator a few seconds before you teleport that you have been marked for teleportation.
Yeah,
if they're going
that's
to
good.
keep the randomization in there, which I think is a dumb idea, just flat out. But if they are going to keep it, they could simply change it by making it a few seconds before that person's been marked by Antheon for teleportation. Perfect. That means that those 3 people can say marked for teleportation. You know, then they know they're the team, right?
Right.
And then
we have that communication that's lacking now.
And now you've got 3 people that know a few seconds before they go that they're going to go, and they can say, you know,
Switch
I got the
roles.
relic.
You're right.
I
think it would be even
oracles. I got the ads, and it would be super simple for them to do, and it would be a classic. It would go to that randomization, but it would also give people the ability to not have to make a decision where 3 people are thumbing at their controller to try to pick up the relic at the same time.
Right. Well, what about even to build on that, Pope, in the bottom left corner, not only did it tell you you're marked, but it lists, just like in the Crucible, when someone dies or, you know, someone kills somebody else, it you know, has the information there. What if it said all 3 people, these 3 people were marked
for teleportation.
Right. Marked
And then,
POPEBEAR,
I think you also
POPEBEAR
want
marked, you know, Nolxero marked, Hambone marked, you know, and there you go.
Right. I think to build on that as well is you want to throw that like smoke, that red smoke that goes on you, when you are marked inside of the portals. You throw that on them preemptively, right? It's like, well, now it's on you, you're going in. And so there's visual cues, there's text cues.
Right.
Because that's the thing this is the whole problem that I agree with you, Pope. I think the randomization is something we can all agree that we didn't want. But because mainly it breaks down the communication that's key to doing the raid. And if they build
it doesn't make
mechanics,
the experience better.
Right. Well, it could maybe if they build the proper mechanics so that you can still plan and have communication. Like, it may suck. Okay, you're going in and you're really not equipped. You know, you're a 26. You can't really handle the damage in there. But at least we know you're going. We know someone can jump over here and open the portal. Someone can get, you know, in this position or that position to kill the supplicants. And, you know, everybody can have that 2 seconds to just have that real key conversation. Okay, we're going in. Okay, we're going here, here, and here. I'm grabbing relic.
I would like them to institute that. I would like them to institute that simple change. I know they're not going to change their position on the raid, and they want it random. But if they're listening, this is a change that the community wants, at least our community, so that we can communicate appropriately, even if it's a few seconds before, so that we can do what you're asking us to do, and then take down this son of a bitch. I mean, we should take him down, right? This is our goal.
Well, I agree, and I think it's a great solution to have that in the corner. I think you know, marking and making us aware somehow would definitely help with the situation. And I think, most of all, we want to continue to take people through that are in the community that want to play with us or want to play with anybody else that is high level and says, hey, can you take me through the raid? We want that to be an option because that's some of the times that we have all enjoyed.
Right.
And that's some of the best moments in this game, as we've all said. And I think everybody that covers Destiny and everybody that even, previewed Destiny was this game is best experienced with other people.
Right.
Absolutely.
Well,
And everything in this game should be played with other people and be able to experience something new and not be so hard that Hambone has to send me a text that says I'm getting pissed.
Right, because but here's my problem is that even with that fix that you guys just said, taking a 26 in and a 26 gets teleported in the final boss fight with Atheon, they get one-shotted inside of the portal. So, for example, I was on my alternate character and he's a 26 warlock, and one shot from the ads inside the portal and I was done. It didn't matter if I was holding relic or if I was shooting oracles. So
I think what you do is, there's platforms, right, that when you spawn on, you're away from the enemies with the relics.
Right.
If you decide to take a 26 in, you're going to have all 29s with him or all 30s with him, you know, and say, hey, look, let us go ahead and take out the enemies. The other guy shoots the oracles. You stay there with the relic until, cleanse us when we need cleanse, but stay there until we kill these guys. Otherwise, you're going to die. I think there might be a workaround with that. I haven't experienced it myself yet, guys, this week, but I'll just say, like I just said a second ago, we want the experience to be able to accommodate other players of other levels so that we can enjoy it and run them through. And it doesn't have to be maybe as easy or whatever they think it was before, but I think some type of notification indication that we are getting teleported or who is getting teleported, let that be. So, well, I don't want to hammer it too hard. I think people understand that we're, we are frustrated with the change, and I think they probably share the same opinion. So, I'm sorry that you and Pope had to get so mad last night that Pope lost some more hair. But
and I don't have that much left, so let's keep it on my head, Bungie, and do me a favor. Let me know when that low level guy is about to get teleported, so I can give him some words of encouragement before he leaves.
You can just get ready to see a black screen, right?
Right. I mean, I can know ahead of time if we're gonna wipe.
Right. Pretty much.
Can I ask one question before we move on to this? From this, I just was curious, what positions y'all thought were necessary? Like, how did y'all reposition 6 people? Since obviously you don't have a portal team sitting in the back anymore.
Well, actually, we still kept 2 guys against the back walls if they were guaranteed transport. We put 2 on the left side, which would be the Mars side of the map, and then on 2 guys on the right side, and just let him pick whoever. And it seemed like a person from each of the areas was teleported, so it left one person kind of in place to play whatever side was needed. And we actually got him halfway down a couple times. But then somebody inside either forgot to kill an oracle or got one shot at.
I just wanted you to kind of say what the strategy was for the people listening, so that
I think
they could kind of have an idea of how they should go into it.
Yeah.
So the people that I see successfully doing it right now are using the strategy where they come back with the relic, they jump into the middle on that little island, and and then the relic holder doesn't shoot their super at Atheon now. What they do is they hold up the protective bubble, and then the whole team shoots from that at the center island at Atheon, and they kill him that way. That's for the teams that are doing it successfully. That's what their strategy they're using.
Yeah, and just so everybody knows, you can shoot through the relic shield,
but you can't shoot a rocket. Do know that?
No, you can't.
Do know that? I learned that the hard way last night.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I didn't know that either, because I'm like, why would I be able to shoot bullets out of it, but not a rocket? So
all of a sudden I hear Brian screaming like, "What just happened?"
I'm getting frustrated.
There was a lot of screaming last night,
and that marks the time that he sends me the text. I'm getting pissed.
No, it was seriously right after that, because I was dead before everybody else for no reason. I just shot him with a couple sniper rounds and my assault rifle, and then I go to hit him with a rocket. Oh, I'm dead. So you have to step outside of the shield, everybody, to hit him with a rocket.
Yeah. Well, that's that would have been entertaining to watch. I'll tell you that. And,
if they had spectate mode.
yeah, if they did, and pretty
TV.
soon. Yeah, well, pretty soon. I know Pope is going to be streaming a lot of that. So guys, stay tuned. I know he's gonna have that rolling for you. So
yeah, you can hear us get raging together.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the other thing that we got this week was we got the announcement of Dark Below, right? So I think there's quite a bit of stuff that they announced. I don't know if it was more than the so-called placeholders that were there.
But it looked about the same.
It does look about the same. There's not a whole lot of information about the new story missions, which was the real thing that they were saying the placeholders were there for, right? They saw all these different story missions. So we'll see what that's about. But I'll go through these points real fast, and then you guys can kind of hit on what you know about it and what you want to say about it. But this is, as I mentioned, this is called the Dark Below. They are going to have new armor, new weapons and gear. Maximum light level is raised to 32. So once again, for those of you out there that maybe not to 20 yet, once you get to 20, you get light level. You build your level by your gear. Your gear has a light level on it, and your different armor pieces add up to getting you to a higher level. So this is going to be raised to 32, which is 2 more levels. New cooperative strikes, 3 new multiplayer arenas, new story missions, and new 6-player raid, a new raid. So obviously I'm excited to see, how they do the raid. I will still say I think the raid is genius, although we are having some issues with it. I still think it's awesome how it's laid out. It's a great concept for a first-person shooter, something that, really never been done before. So I know we were really interested to see how they did the last one, the Vault of Glass, and I'm really interested to see how, what the mechanics of this one are. Hopefully no random pools, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah. But just that nostalgia of going into the raid for the first time and just stumbling through it, and it really does build camaraderie, and that was one of our things that we did kind of early on. So it's going to be a good experience. I'm at least looking forward to that, but I still say there's not enough content here.
Yeah, I mean, they give us basically 3 more Crucible arenas, right? Pantheon, right? Sky Shock, and the Calderon. So those are the 3. All of them. Let's see. Pantheon has Rumble, 6v6, and 3v3. All modes supported on that. Sky Shock is just a 6v6. Looks like vehicles. Control and Clash are supported on that, and then the Calderon are, it's a close quarter corridors, and all modes are supported on that. 6v6, 3v3, and Rumble. So, looks like the Calderon and Pantheon we will be playing on most of the time, because I know.
I just wanted to, I wanted to let you say it a few times, just for fun, but it's pronounced a cauldron.
Oh, Cauldron.
Yeah,
okay.
That thing that you
like a witch.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, mm-hmm.
Witch's brew, right? Am I right, Brian?
That lets everybody know
brew.
that I'm not the best reader in the world. Okay, guys. Thanks.
I'm just
thanks.
giving.
I've been recovering from dyslexia. Okay.
No. This. I just thought this was your Texas accent.
Yeah.
Right?
Calderon.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Well, you're close enough to Mexico. I figured.
That's a guy that plays for the Mavericks, right?
That's the problem. I have a little Hispanic in me. Okay, so Calderon. Yeah. So,
Simon.
I try to make everything sound sexy. You know what I mean?
Right.
So
That's right.
they have the new cooperative strike. Now, this is probably the most disappointing thing for me because it says strike. No S.
Strike. Singular.
It just says strike.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, singular. I mean, there's one strike, really?
So you're giving us one strike to hold us over from December until March that we're going to have to play in nightfalls and weeklies and everything else that you come up with between here and there.
Think about for Xbox, dude. They're just getting to 6. I mean, at least we'll be at 7.
Oh, yeah,
I guess, but dude, we don't play I don't know.
I know. I don't. I used to. I really liked them at first, and now I agree. We don't.
I mean, yeah, it's like if you're somewhere right in the middle, say like a 22 to about a 25, and you're trying to build up your Vanguard rep, then yeah, running strikes is pretty cool. But for anybody who's eclipsed 26, 27, you're not really running too much Vanguard Tiger. And
Well, can I tell you this? I haven't ran Vanguard Tiger once, and I have two characters almost a 30, and
Case in
one
point.
at
Well,
one
there's
at
a
what,
lot of
22?
there's a lot of people that run. There's a lot of people that solely do the Vanguard playlist, and I know that's different than some of us like that are sitting in this room, right? But what I was thinking that would be really helpful is that if they included. They changed up the way that the classifications go, because right now the Vanguard Tiger goes up to, what is it, 26, Brian?
Yeah, 24.
24. I was
The
hoping
difficulty, that's all it goes to?
Yeah,
So
24.
here's
What?
So here's the problem, TwoLoud, is that like I'm as a level 29, I go into the Vanguard Strike Tiger playlist, and I'm literally running through the guys. I'm not
No
even
lie,
stopping
man.
and shooting.
I see, like that's what I'm saying. I haven't played it all, so I didn't know that. But
The only time I'm killing guys is when I have to kill them for me to put my dinklage in something. So
Right.
so what I do is I just run through them. What I'd like to see is the Vanguard Strike playlist have a Nightfall option where
with
it,
great rewards.
where it with little bit. So
Yeah.
stop the weekly Nightfall thing, because once you do it once, what are you going to do? I mean,
Let me ask you
if
this:
you're a
is,
level
is
30,
there any bonus for going through multiple at one time? Like, so if say like, do you guys know about this? Is there a bonus for like you get a higher
no, they don't
probability
stack.
of better loot
No,
as
they
you
don't
stack
stack.
them?
They don't stack.
No,
Nope.
there's
But-
Why
nothing
don't they
to it.
do that, dude?
But,
That's like built right there.
Because you can't guarantee, unless you go in with people, like you can't guarantee that you're going to be able to continue, right? So there's really
So why don't they do that? Why don't they do like a tiger list where you go in with a fire team, and just like they're going to give you tokens, in the whatchamacallit? Iron Banner. Like they're going to give you tokens. Why don't they give you like a token, and then you get so many tokens you can go to the city and buy something, and you get like one token for going through one, and then all of a sudden you get 3 tokens for going through 2 at a time, and then they just keep stacking. Like, why don't they do something like that?
Well, I think it would become the thing of kind of like why they don't, people want the raid to have matchmaking because they don't have enough friends, right? So if now those same people can't even go to Vanguard and play and get the bonuses because they still don't have a lot of friends.
But it would
then
keep people in Vanguard. Like you said, you don't know if you go in by yourself how long it's going to last, but it would start lasting longer because people would want to get the tokens to multiply.
I think honestly, and I know we're kind of talking about 2 different points here, but I want to make sure that we like flesh out that Vanguard needs to be harder.
It definitely needs to be harder.
So it's at I think that if they added this is a simple solution. They added a Nightfall component, so it's Vanguard, whatever, Tiger, and then Nightfall, and it applied the Nightfall settings to the different strikes, and you got an option for an exotic, because like the Nightfalls are really only an option for legendary gear to be dropped. So what I'd like to see is an option for a higher likelihood or larger percentage of an exotic drop when completing it, but it was a opportunity to do the Nightfall, and then the bounty could be complete a strike within the Nightfall playlist. And that way you can play different maps throughout the week and still get rewards on the Nightfall setting, which I personally feel is the only way that the PvE is interesting to me right now.
Right.
Yeah, it's pretty much the only reason I'm playing PvE at this point, other than the raid, is the Nightfall and the weekly.
Right. One thing that was shown off in that video that kind of showed all the story missions and everything is that there's actually going to be a level 26 and level 28 Vanguard playlist. And so I'm willing to bet if that video showed off what looks like, it actually did show off what was coming, I think this expansion pack will have probably the 26 playlist, and then the next expansion will probably have the 28 playlist.
Well, I hope so, but the problem is at that time we're going up levels too. We're going to be 32 now, and you're going to have a 26.
Yeah.
So it's not changing it very much.
Right, because what happens is if say this one's 32, well now they only increase the thing by 20, by 2 points, right? The Vanguard playlist. So right now, effectively, if you're 30 playing at 24, it's cheese mode. And so the expansion pack comes out, and now, you have 26, but now you're 32. Well, the gap is still there. It's still cheese mode. You just walk through it, no problem.
Right.
The other concern I have with the increase to levels and weapons is the fact that with, having go up 2 levels, well, what about weapons? Are weapons going to be higher than 300 now? Because if they are, then effectively all the weapons you have right now are worthless in the expansion.
Right. Well, and what I want to know is, how do you get the 32? Is it raid only gear that's going to get you to 32? Is it going to be
probably
in random legendary or exotic engrams?
I think they've already established that raid gear is only in 2 or 30 light, is only in 2 locations. It's going to be in the Iron Banner when it finally falls, which we still don't know when that's coming, right? I don't know what the heck's going on with that. And then the other thing is that you get it in the raid. So I'm really happy that they're starting to give it a little bit in PvP or in PvP and in PvE, like an option in both, because there are some people that only play one or the other. But I would expect it hopefully to still be in the Iron Banner when it launches, but who knows how many times we're going to see that, in the early stages where everybody else is maybe getting the loot drops in Crota's End, which is the name of the new raid. But I don't know, man. I hope that there's more ways. But my question to you, Pope, is if it was a higher level, which I agree, I think it should be a higher level for you, but if it was a higher level and you had a more chance of getting exotics, I mean, dude, there's not many exotics you don't own. So would you play it anyways?
Yeah, but this goes to my next point of why that needs to happen. There's some sexy looking armor and guns coming out for this expansion.
Right.
And if you look at the photos, I mean,
Beer burp.
I want that I want that rocket launcher with the World War II tank art, the shark's teeth on the side. I want that. There's some awesome looking guns and armor that are coming out for this expansion. I'm really excited about it. I think that's a playlist that you could put those in.
Yeah, well, let me tell you this. I'll probably get all the armor pieces and you'll get all the guns. So if we could put trading in this game, I'd really like it.
Right? I've been really fortunate.
Real quick, the other day, Pope gets the last word, the devil's, what's it called?
The devil you know.
The devil you know. And what was the other one you got that day? You got 3 hand cannons. Long story short, he got 3 hand cannons in one day. And I've been searching for a hand cannon for like 2 weeks, man. And I'm like, come on, give me a hand cannon.
I think
right now I'm rolling Fatebringer, Hawkmoon, Last Word, and Devil You Know for different reasons, and they're the 4 what I think are the 4 best hand cannons in the game. And the hardest decision I make is which gun to use.
Oh, shut up!
Oh my goodness!
Okay, here we go.
Yeah, when we ran the raid last night, a guy got the freaking Hawkmoon, just on a humbug, and it was his second time ever raiding. Ever.
Well, thank you, game, for continuing
RNG,
to not give me what I want.
RNG at its finest.
Whoa!
You know what?
I'm sorry. Did y'all read this? The right here where it says "Burn Back the Shadows." It says a new tower character, Iris, has come forth bearing an ominous warning. The Hive seeks to summon a god, Crota, to destroy the Earth. Find her in the tower to complete her quest and 3 new story missions. 3 new story missions?
Oh wow! So there you go, guys. There it is. It's 3 new story missions, and you get them from a person in the tower. And I hope to God that when you run them, it's not like the Queen's Bounties where you get either a helmet or a chest piece. I mean, that will really make me I'll run this 1,000 times. I'll run these new missions a ton, right? Especially in the first 2 or 3 weeks, we'll probably all run them a ton. Mm-hmm. But I won't run them a ton if they're only going to give me the same crap every time I do it.
Right.
Well, I'm really excited. I'm really excited about the story. I hope that each one of those missions has a rich cinematic storytelling piece to it.
Absolutely.
Me too.
I mean, honestly, I would love for there to be some expansion of the story. Give me a 15-minute long cutscene. Give me something that is like a half an hour mini TV series.
You ain't gonna get that, but
I know I'm not. I know I'm not.
But we know they're listening, so it's worth him
Right.
saying.
I would like there to be a substantial, and then I can select to not listen, after I beat it the first time, to not watch it. But I want the glue that this game is missing to come in this. Like, give me a 15-minute cutscene somewhere where I'm getting story.
It looks cool. It does look cool, right, guys? I mean, it does look like fun. I just don't know if I guess our question here is it enough, right? I mean, that's really what it is.
I think it goes back to that casual.
The better question is it enough for the casual gamer? And I think Brian, you and I were going to the same place.
Exactly.
I think Brian and I probably need to slow down a little bit and not play, every day for 6 hours, right?
It looks cool. The Dark Below looks like a lot of fun. I'm so glad that there's some new experience coming. I hope if it is, this much content, if it's, not as much as we hope it is, I hope that it just is frequent, every 3 months or every 2 months, they're just giving us like an expansion like this, if they want to call it. So I'm really excited to see what happens there. And I think it's going to be a lot of fun, but we'll see what happens. We'll see if I can get to 32 before you guys again. So, well, with that said, guys, let's go ahead and jump into Don't Talk Back.
I wanted to be your dad. What does that even mean? Don't you talk back to me, young man.
All right, guys, so we're going to talk about something different than Destiny in this section. We're actually... I want you guys to know that we're going to talk about all kinds of games. We love Destiny, and our focus is always going to be talking about Destiny and everything else. But we're also going to talk about maybe some other games that we play occasionally. Or in Pope's condition, he plays everything 6 hours a day. So I don't know how he's going to sleep when COD comes out, because he's going to have 4 hours, 5 hours on Destiny and 4 or 5 hours on COD. So Pope, I hope you get some sleep, man. You might need to get some more of that Kona coffee over there.
Yeah.
You might need to stock up on that here. But this week, when you guys listen to this, the new Call of Duty Advanced Warfare will be out, and so we just wanted to talk a little bit about that. Maybe the hype that we're excited about and what we play. As you guys know, we play a lot of PvP. So for us, this is an exciting game. I know we've played every COD, and probably every year after we play it for 6 months, we say, I'm not getting I'm not going to get the new one next year, but we always end up going back and playing it. And it's because it's a great PvP experience, right? At the end of the day, it's a fun PvP experience. And, we like to go in there and spank some people around. So if you guys are playing Call of Duty this week, or as you're listening to this podcast, when it comes out, you're playing Call of Duty, hey, hit us up. I know we're going to be trying to put together teams of 6 all the time. And Nolxero actually has something that he's going to be putting together while COD's out. Nolxero, why don't you talk about that?
All right. So basically, my idea was I wanted to, starting the podcast and doing this with y'all, I from the beginning had this idea of it can be difficult to have those bonding moments with the child, especially as they get older. Like mine are, about to go into middle school. And so more and more, your kids kind of get older and the parents get less cool. And so I coming into this, I was like, I'd like to facilitate those bonding experiences if I can, if there's a way I see that I can do it. And so what I've come up with, and we've thrown some names around right now. I'm looking at maybe calling it back to school night. But we're looking about once or twice a month. What I want to do is I want to take me and my son, and I'm thinking about a 2 or 3 hour stream here so I can get multiple groups. But what I want to do is I want to bring in a dad and their son, and I want to go into the private lobby, and I want to have a full lobby of, I don't know how many teams that'll be. I think it's actually 6 teams of dad and child. And we're just going to go into a full lobby. We're going to turn on the paintball mode that's available in Advanced Warfare. So we'll turn off gore, we'll turn on paintballs, and we're going to make it, something that the kids, won't be scared of the kids. It won't be super gory, so the dads don't have to be like, man, should my kid really be playing this? And we're going to live stream it. We're going to have a good time. We're going to talk. We're going to, reach out to the community, play, have fun, and then, make it available on YouTube the next day.
Absolutely. So, if you guys are interested in jumping into a couple of private matches and playing around, we'll definitely be announcing those and letting you know, and we'll be putting those together so that you can get your kids in there and play. I don't know if I can pass with putting my son in my lap and coming and whipping you guys, and but I'll definitely try. But definitely, if you guys are interested, let us know if that sounds like something fun to you. We definitely want your feedback on that, and shoot that over to us at feedback.dod@gmail.com. Let us know. But to talk a little bit about Call of Duty, I wanna get your take, Hambone, first off, because I know you're probably the most hesitant out of all of us as into jumping in and playing this thing.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, I've been to quite a few midnight releases for Call of Duty. I've even ended up on the news and had to take the next day off pretending to be...
You love that TV time. You love that camera, yeah.
I was all up in the camera, but I'm actually very hesitant to buy this game and I wanted to bring it here on the podcast and discuss it with you guys. It looks like a modeling of Titanfall, just on a smaller scale, and it just looks like a better put together Titanfall. So my question to Pope and Nolxero specifically would be, why do I want to get this game?
Do you want that, Pope, or do you want me to go first?
Let me say this before you guys jump in. If it's a better Titanfall, then it's a good game. Okay?
Right.
So.
Well, right off the bat, what I've always enjoyed of Call of Duty is the fact that this game, not so much Ghost, but Black Ops 2 for sure, is they support the competitive community, right? There's custom game modes, there's codcaster modes, there's abilities to work as a team and really break down your gameplay. So for me personally, if you're asking me why you should get a Call of Duty, is because you have the opportunity to do that sort of competitive, the actual gameplay, the dynamics of the multiplayer is really solid. And it's a fun multiplayer PvP experience that supports competitive gaming. And I know that you and I do that. I understand that I'm better than you at it, but
here we go.
And I'm just giving Hambone crap, but he can step it up. So I think what you get out of it is a solid multiplayer experience. I think a lot of people's points that it's rehashing of previous Call of Duties is right. It's accurate. There's some new little twist to it, and then they sell it. But you know what? It's fun. It's exciting. And
this time it's actually a new developer.
Right.
So that's what is exciting to me about it is I'm interested to see what they do. Right. We know what Infinity Ward does, which is typically
ruin it.
Yeah, not meet the standard. Treyarch typically does a better job in most people's opinion. And so I'm really interested to see what Sledgehammer does with it. And I think they'll do a good job. Not to rehash this, but the as David said, as Nolxero said, doing the private lobby games, and as Pope just said, the option to do custom games and stuff. That's still not an option for us in Destiny,
Right.
So this game is actually going to give us that ability to, for you guys out there that listen and say, hey, man, we want to play with you. I try to get in, but your parties are, filled up or whatever on Destiny. There's a lot more room to do that and organize that in this game. So, that for me, dude, it just it seems like just a fun thing to go do and break some time. As I said, I am a level 30 already, so I don't have too much to strive for on Destiny.
Right.
But I'm determined the game's not going to give me my guns. They give them all to Pope. But I just feel like it's going to be a good thing to break it up. And as we said, with this DLC that's coming out, maybe we won't wear it out as much, right? Because we are hardcore, more hardcore gamers per se that play a lot more hours.
Yeah.
And this will break up the monotony and also break up us from, hey, playing hours of Destiny, and let us maybe enjoy the content like some of the guys out there. I know the savvy guys have really enjoyed playing the content a little slower than we have.
Yeah.
And, maybe that will work for us on this. So,
Right.
Well, and TwoLoud, I did want to point out before we moved on that Sledgehammer was involved earlier in a Call of Duty. They're the ones that
Modern
helped.
Warfare 3.
Yeah, they're the ones that produced Modern Warfare
But
3.
to their defense, they came in late after things were already in a state that was not.
Is that when
great.
junk hit the fan?
Yeah,
Is that
that's
when...
exactly when Zampella and the other guy, I don't remember the other guy's name, that's when that all fell through. And so there was already a shell of a game there. There was already, I don't know what part of development they were in exactly, but they really just came in and facilitated things on.
Well, that was a hard time. That was a hard time for the series, anyways. I mean, there was a lot of media around that and a lot of negative already going on. So that was really, really hard. So yeah, look, this is their, I guess, first game from beginning to end. So I'm interested to see, and it's completely for the new generation of consoles.
Oh
right?
yeah.
And
that's what I like.
Yeah, they picked up a lot of the guys from Ravensoft and a couple of the other developers that kind of folded into Sledgehammer. So, they know how to make a Call of Duty game because there's a lot of them have worked on a lot of the actual designers have been working on previous Call of Duty games. But you're right, it's a new publisher. I want to see what they do as well, but it's still going to feel like a Call of Duty game.
Oh yeah,
But
I think it's still going to be Call of Duty.
The campaign. The campaign looks incredible, and multiplayer.
Dude, the campaign has what's his face? What is
Kevin
the guy's
Costner.
name? No, Kevin Spacey.
Kevin
Costner.
Kevin Spacey.
Tatanka.
Oh man, dude, how could it be bad? How could it be bad? You got Frank Underwood.
Kevin Spacey's
You got Frank
amazing.
Underwood from House of Cards and a Call of Duty. Amazing.
Yeah,
It's gonna be awesome.
And I mean,
It's not.
Yeah, I watched.
It's not dinklage.
No dinklage.
Here's the thing. I want to temper your guys' expectations. I have never, ever played a Call of Duty campaign game and been like, man, that was an amazing campaign.
That's because you've never played a Call of Duty campaign with Kevin Spacey.
Right. No, exactly. I mean, and I was watching some footage today, and the guys from Sledgehammer are saying that that's exactly how you're going to feel at the end of this campaign, that you are going to be so immersed in the gameplay and emotionally invested that you are going to say, wow, at the end of the campaign. And I saw 3 minutes of gameplay on the mission called Traffic. And basically it was just a little clip. And if you type it in on YouTube, I'm sure you'll see it. Basically you're jumping from bus to bus, kind of like Matrix esque, you know what I mean? You're jumping from bus to bus, killing guys in cars, and it's just fresh. Like Pope just said, there's no dinklage going on here, or it's not where you're just putting your ghost into this hole and you're just going to fight off 3 waves of guys. It seems like they really have put a ton of effort into the single player, which I appreciate. I appreciate it.
Then that will be a change. That will be a change for a Call of Duty game, because typically I've played tons of Call of Duty. I have max prestiged every single Call of Duty out there. I have max prestiged.
Not you. No way.
What? Overachiever?
All I'm saying is that I've never bought a Call of Duty game for the campaign.
Neither have I.
So it looks like
I don't think we're buying it for that this time either, right?
I think this time will be the one that it's like, oh well, dude, I'm actually gonna play that campaign.
Well, are you going to the midnight release, Brian? Are you going to midnight release?
Oh man, I am so tempted to, because Call of Duty is huge. Last time there were about 1,700 people here, and they had the National Guard and Doom buggies and all types of just crazy things at the GameStop. So I'm thinking I might have to.
Yeah, no question. Yeah. Well, I can tell you this. I would just say that I'm not buying it necessarily for the campaign, but all I can remember is when I played Modern Warfare when it first came out, right? That was the game I would say that really made Call of Duty as competitive as it is. And I played through that campaign a couple of times because it was so different and new, and the graphics were so amazing at that time. I remember just thinking, you had the sniper suits on, and you were crawling through the grass. I don't know if y'all remember this mission, but like you're crawling through the grass, and I just remember thinking, like, dude, this is freaking awesome. Like, I'm so immersed in this mission that I have never been immersed in before, and it was like, I was going fast paced at one time and slower. So that was the last Call of Duty where that I enjoyed the campaign. I think is more that it was just new, right, and shocking.
Right.
And so if they do things like jumping from bus to bus, or even like jumping in a Humvee and doing different things instead of just run down this area and shoot these people, it mixes it up a lot and makes it fresh. And like we've said 1,000 times, it's not just putting your dinklage in something. So
right. Yeah, the one thing I noticed was that the developers, they kind of left me 50-50 on it, because they had me hooked in with the little traffic preview and everything like that. But then they start saying stuff like, back in the day, we had to keep you guys immersed in the gameplay and the campaign because the graphics weren't so good and textures weren't as rich as they are today. But now all those things are existing. So you guys are already immersed, and it's our job to not pull you out of it. And I'm like, no, I still want you to immerse me and pull me in every time I log on. And you're right. We're not buying this game for the campaign, but I think
I think that's more saying, like, if you go watch an action movie and you're sitting there and you're watching the big explosions on screen and all that, then you're just kind of naturally like adrenaline pumped and like, wow, this is awesome. And prior to the next gen consoles, they didn't really have the power to do that. So it was more like, oh, well, we have to do this or that. That's how we keep the player playing and immersed and everything like that.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe keeping you immersed in other ways. I don't know. Sometimes when people comment on their games, they say something and it turns out, it doesn't come out the way they really mean it. But, I will say this. I have not played, besides the remastered of The Last of Us, which wasn't really that new for me. I haven't played a game that is just for this console that is a AAA title. Right, that's just for the new generation of consoles. And if you will look at any of those, and I watched a little bit of some multiplayer gameplay today, dude, it looks phenomenal.
It looks cool.
The engine they have looks so fantastic, and that's the one thing about Call of Duty is it's always looked really good. And I think it started to fade off at the end, with Ghost last gen, because it's like, okay, things have already looking better than this on
Gray
last
Ghosts.
gen. Yeah, right. and then they ported it over to the new gen, basically just porting. But this was created for this gen, the new gen, and I think it just looks phenomenal. So I got to give it that. I haven't played it yet, but it looks awesome. So I hope it lives up to the hype. More than anything, I hope it's just another experience for all of us, but also our community to be able to jump in and play together, have some fun, and maybe even have some fun with our kids as well, and create some new relationships and friends. So,
well, I think it would be great if the community as a whole of the guys that watch that listen to the podcast, if they have a recommendation for a game that they want us all to try and play and talk about, they could send that in, and I think that would be fun. It's like, even if it's some silly indie game, that we can talk about.
Absolutely.
I think that would be great. So if they leave send us a message or something on a game that they want us to try out, let us know.
David will sing, "I'm going to try it out." Hey, I'm going to try it out.
I'm gonna try it out.
Definitely, man. You guys, we just wanted to let you know, take this section. I know it's a little different direction than we usually go, but we're going to talk about Call of Duty probably here in this section and argue about it, and probably keep Hambone from jumping off the ledge here.
Please do.
For a little while me and Pope show him the ropes. But I hope you guys enjoy it, and as always, we want you guys to give us the feedback. And if you don't want us to talk about Call of Duty, just scream from the rooftop and say, no, don't talk about it. So we definitely appreciate it. Well, let's go ahead and jump over and hear some stories from the tower.
And now it's time for Stories from the Tower. Stories that come from you, to us, and back to you. Be prepared to laugh at time, or 3, or 2.
All right, Hambone, so what you got for us today?
All right. So today we have a funny story that was sent to us in our email at feedback.dod@gmail.com. And it's a pretty funny story. And it reads, my kid's story deals with my 3-year-old. I start a bath for my son, put him in the tub with some toys, and let him play. I walked away for a couple minutes and I hear, ow, 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 coming from the bathroom. I hurry back in there to see the fuss. He is pulling and tugging on his passenger and luggage. I said, dude, what are you doing? He said, these are weird, so I'm ripping them off. I didn't know what to say other than your future self would appreciate if you stopped doing that right now. 33-year-old father of 4 kids.
That's hilarious.
Wow, man. Wow. And his PSN is XH05JX. So he said, guys, please add him. And he's doing the Vault of Glass. So definitely make sure you hit him up and do that with him. Thanks so much, buddy, for sending that in. And guys, if you have any more stories, make sure you send them in. Hambone will also be putting up a listing every week on Monday when the podcast goes out on the forums to just an idea to get your minds rolling, maybe some stories you might have. Please, guys, shoot those over to us. We'd really, really appreciate it. So, Nolxero, how else can they send us messages?
Well, they can send them to feedback.dod@gmail.com. Like our guy Jeff Jolly here, or Have a Clue. He wrote in. He said most of his buds call him Clue, and he's a proud member of DoD X1 Delta, and am likely the oldest dad, Papaw, on the group at 53.
What up, Papaw?
Gamer since Pong at 14, and has, all the consoles at his home. He wanted us to give the dads out there some advice. He had a long email, so I'll kind of shorten it for him. He wanted us to kind of tell them, hey, don't forget your wives. He said his recommendation is 90% of your time, gaming time, should be while you're in your wife's absence or while she's sleeping. I don't know if I agree exactly with that number, but I do agree with him that when he says that a happy wife equals a happy life, and we should all remember our wives when we start sinking our teeth a little too much into the game.
Well, I definitely have to give Clue props, and we definitely appreciate the words of wisdom from our Dads of Destiny, elderly men. And I bet probably why you would disagree with him is because your wife is on Facebook as much as you're playing games. So that's probably why. Although I would say both could probably be cut down for the increase to the marriage relationship. I think for me as well. But hey, if she wants to jump on Facebook and allow me some gaming time during the day, that's what I try to do. So. Well, as always, guys, thanks for listening. We hope you guys enjoyed the show. Make sure you rate us on iTunes, and make sure you visit GuardianRadioNetwork.com for tons of other great podcasts and videos. Follow us on Twitter. You can find me at TwoLoudtx. That's TWOLOUDTX. Nolxero at NOLXERO. POPEBEAR at Pope_bear. And make sure you shoot him pictures of rabbits eating bears or beating up bears or something. He loves those. And also Hambone, he has switched it up on us. He is now the Hambone Dini, which is HAMBODINI. So a lot of people have been giving him slack about having real Hambone one. He couldn't even be. Well, you couldn't even be real Hambone. You had to be real Hambone.
Apparently, there are all these other Hambones out there imposing. I'm requesting they be taken off the internet formally.
So now he is the Hambone Dini, guys. So once again, that's HAMBODINI. And if you were already following him, don't worry. You don't have to refollow him to make him feel good. You're still following him. So, guys, make sure you keep it tuned here for all things Destiny, as well as our upcoming take on Call of Duty Advanced Warfare that maybe you're playing as you listen to this podcast. And thanks again for listening. Until next time, see you later, alligator.
After a while, crocodile.
Take care, polar bear.
And that's that, kitty cat.
Stupid.